every Christmas morning. Me and a couple of friends used to go to L8 Road, which is the Harris playing fields, around 6 a.m. Christmas morning to have a game of football. Completely silly, but we used to do it every single year without fail, and it was kind of like a tradition. Like, we would all meet up about 5:30, Blackness Avenue in the morning, and wander up for a game of football at 6 a.m. So that's always we always look back on that and with fond memories. That was quite good fun at the time, although slightly immature, but it was good fun nonetheless. So yeah.
This time of year, I don't like the wet weather, but I do like the cold, crispy weather and the mince pies. I made mince pies in here today, and they were very, very much enjoyed. And it's the good food at Christmas time. I go home to my parents and I have like a 5-course dinner. It's brilliant.
If I was to think of the best Christmas I've had, one of them would have to be just the earliest memories I have as a child of Christmas Day or the night before. I can remember leaning on the windowsill with my sister, looking up at the sky, and both of us kind of lying to one another that we saw Santa, or there was a little glimmer of light or a movement on the rooftops. And in the 70s, the Christmases were really snowy here in Dundee. So it's sort of a perfect feeling when you look back on your own childhood at Christmas days. Maybe that's through rose-tinted glasses, but nonetheless, that's the way I like to remember them.
My best Christmas I can remember, I think it must be about 10 years ago, and my grandparents were out Christmas Day for us, and my grandma gave my grandpa a present for their anniversary, their wedding anniversary, which was going to be in March, and it was for a tour of the Rockies in Canada. And I can just remember my grandpa's face, just how surprised he was, and it was so lovely. It's one of my best memories of Christmas and one of my best memories of my grandpa.
Well, my favourite thing about this time of year is the sharing of the joy of Christmas with each other. The friendliness, the happiness, the joy, the celebration. For many people, this is a desperate time of year. What we need to do is to focus on the positive side of life to help each other out.
Christmas time to me is a time to try and be happy. I like to spend it with people that I love. It's not always the easiest thing to do, but it's something that I try, and I totally get into the festive spirit.
It can be lonely for some people. I mean, I've lost both my parents, so although I try and make it as positive as possible for my nieces and stuff, it's still not easy not having like both your parents around for it. So I can realise it can be hard for a lot of people, and it's not always a good time of year, but I think that you have to try and make the best out of it. You know, it's just part of life, I guess. So yeah.
I tend to set the table on Christmas Eve, lay it all out, crackers. I tend to write the wee name tags, just try and have the place all nice and pretty. And then, once it's all done and all the food's all prepared, I always try and convince everyone that we should open one present at Christmas Eve.
Christmas is a time where there's a feeling of coming together for family and friends and people in the workplace, you name it. But we shouldn't forget there are some people who are alone at Christmas time. So I personally think it's a good idea to reach out to a neighbour or someone else who you know to be alone in this life and help them to feel included as well.